So, good morning, students. Today's topic is diffraction. So, what is diffraction? Bending of waves around the edges of obstacle, known as diffraction. Imagine is obstacle no chekalam. Light is coming like this. Then light undergo diffraction. The bending takes place. The bending is called what? Diffraction. So, today we are going to discuss single slit experiment. Since very big derivation நான் 3 பார்ட்டா பிரிக்கிறேன். First part வந்து path difference. Imagine it is light source and imagine it is a convex lens. The convex lens is placed exactly at focus of the source is placed at focus of the convex lens. Light ray come from the source. You know very well, it become parallel. Light ray become parallel. And imagine AB அப்படின்றது very small slit assume பண்ணிக்கலாம். Very small slit. So once light in the edge pattern ஆகும் undergo diffraction in all directions. So derivation point of view I take only the direction like this. So here we have one more lens. So using this lens, the ray focused at point P. It is a diffracted wave. One portion of wave, undiffracted wave. It reaches the point O. So O is undiffracted wave, P is diffracted wave. Theta is the angle between these two. So one wave from A reaching the point P, one wave from B reaching the point P. So which wave travels extra distance? B travels extra distance. So we draw a perpendicular line and take the point as G. So this angle gap is also theta. And small a அப்படிங்கிறது width of slit. So what is small a? It's a width of slit. Now we take the triangle ABC. From this triangle, find sin theta. Sin theta is equal to opposite by hypotenuse. So sin theta is equal to opposite is BG, hypotenuse AB. So from diagram, what is AB? It is small a. So sin theta is equal to what? BG by small a. Just by doing the cross multiplication, BG is equal to small a sin theta. And here what is BG? BG is the path difference. So path difference equal to a sin theta. So step 1 overrides. What is diffraction? Bending of waves. And what is a condition for diffraction? Diffraction, what is a condition? So condition to occur diffraction. Answer, the width of slit should be in order of wavelength of light. So and the slit size should be in the order of wavelength of light. Okay. Now we go to the step 2. Step 2 we are discussing condition for minima. Minimum singular, minima plural. So minima is the plural form of minimum. Plural form of minimum. Let us imagine the situation like this. From A and B. So A lende wave varudhu. Imagine like this. 1 lambda, 2 lambda, 3 lambda, 4 lambda. From B also waves are coming. Assume 1 lambda, 2 lambda, 3 lambda, 3 lambda, 4 lambda, 5 lambda. So from A to point P, it is 4 lambda. B to point P, it is 5 lambda. About what is the path difference between these two? It is 1 lambda. 1 lambda the path difference. So path difference is equal to 1 lambda. So how I get? It is 5 lambda minus 4 lambda. That is 1 lambda. Now, let us imagine point C. C is exactly midpoint of A and B. So from A, it is 4 lambda. From B, it is 5 lambda. From C, it should be 4.5 lambda. So the path difference between A and C is half lambda. Correct? 4.5 lambda. And imagine the point M1. M1 is midpoint of A and C. Appo, idinago 4 1/4 lambda. That is, it produces only crust. Assume M2. M2 is midpoint of C and B. With 4 lambda, 4 1.1/4 lambda, 4.5 lambda. Idinago 4 3/4 lambda. That is trough form. So M1 extension here crust. M2 இங்க வரும்போது trough வரும். So நீங்களே பாருங்க, it is 1 lambda. It is half lambda. Only crust வருது. 1/4 lambda. Half lambda அப்புறம் extra trough வருது. 3/4 lambda. So at point P ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா M1 உடைய crustம் M2 trough meet ஆகிது. So you know very well, if crust and trough of the waves are superimposing, we are getting minimum amplitude. So therefore, what is the conclusion? If path difference between A and B is 1 lambda, then we are getting minimum intensity at point P. Then we are getting minimum intensity at point P. Why minimum intensity? Because M1's contribution is cancelled by M2's contribution. Because M1 and M2 are out of each other. Because M1 and M2 are out of phase. ஏன்னா M1 வந்து crust, M2 வந்து trough, out of phase. Cancel ஆயிடுது. So similarly, if path difference between A and B is 2 lambda, again what I'm getting? We are getting minimum intensity at point P. So if path difference between A and B is 3 lambda, so again what I'm getting? We are getting minimum intensity at point P. And so on. If path difference between A and B is n lambda, so what we are getting? Same. Then we are getting minimum intensity at point P. Minimum intensity at point P. So what is the conclusion? If path difference is n lambda, we are getting minimum intensity. So A க்கும் B க்கும் உள்ள path difference n lambda வந்தா, we are getting minimum intensity. So therefore, what is a condition for minimum? Path difference between A and B is equal to n lambda. Equation number 2 எடுத்துக்கலாமா? Already we know what is first equation. Path difference is equal to A sin theta. This is the first equation. So compare 1 and 2. Compare 1 and 2. What we are getting? A sin theta is equal to n lambda. Very, very important equation. A sin theta is n lambda. Equation number 3. For small angles, sin theta is equal to theta. So substitute 4 in 3. What we are getting? A theta is equal to n lambda. So what is the conclusion? Theta is equal to what? N lambda by A. Therefore, theta is equal to n lambda by a. Then what is theta 1? 1 lambda by a. What is theta 2? 2 lambda by a. What is theta 3? 3 lambda by a. What is theta 4? 4 lambda by a, and so on. அப்ப என்ன அர்த்தம்? இந்த பாயிண்ட்லாம் we are getting minimum intensity அர்த்தம். So if you plot the graph between theta versus intensity graph, so நமக்கு என்ன கிடைக்கும்? இது ஒரு மினிமம். இந்த மினிமம் என்ன இருக்கும்? lambda by a because theta 1. இது செகண்ட் மினிமம் 2 lambda by a. இது third minimum 3 lambda by a. Likewise, this side also it is minus lambda by a. It is minus 2 lambda by a. It is minus 3 lambda by a. So in the point we are getting what? Minimum intensity. Now we go to step 3. Step 3 for maxima. So what is maxima? It is a plural form of maximum. It is a plural form of maximum. So let us assume again from A, from B, the waves are coming. So from A, it is 1 lambda, 2 lambda, 3 lambda, 4 lambda. From B, 1 lambda, 2 lambda, 3 lambda, 4 lambda, 5 lambda, 5.5 lambda. So it is 4 lambda, it is 5.5 lambda. Then what is the path difference between these two? Path difference is 5.5 lambda minus 4 lambda. That is 1.5 lambda. That is 3 lambda by 2. So path difference delta equal to what? 3 lambda by 2. Now we divide the slit into 3 segments. A to C, C to D, D to B எடுத்துக்கலாம். இப்போ A to C, A வந்து 4 lambda and B வந்து 5.5 lambda. லாஜிக்கா பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னாக்கா A வந்து 4 lambda. அப்போ from B, C என்னவா இருக்கும்? It should be 4.5 lambda இருக்கும். D என்னவா இருக்கும்? It produce 5 lambda. B வந்து 5.5 lambda. So each are half lambda difference. And what is the path difference? It is 1.5 lambda. So half lambda, half lambda, half lambda. இது ஒரு half lambda, இது ஒரு half lambda, இது ஒரு half lambda. Total 1.5 lambda. That is 3 lambda by 2. So lambda by 2, first lambda by 2, second lambda by 2, third lambda by 2. Total 3 lambda by 2. So M1 is midpoint of A and C. அப்போ இங்கேருந்து வரதுனா இருக்கும் should be crest because 4 1/4 lambda. M2ல வரனா இருக்கும் it should be 4 3/4. இது ட்ரஃபா இருக்கும். M3 என்னவா இருக்கும் it be 5 1/4. ஒரு 1 ஒரு crest. இப்போ M1's crest reaching the point P. M2's trough reaching the point P. M3's crest reaching the point P. So at point P, this crest effect, this trough effect cancel ஆயிடும். But due to this crest effect, there is a brightness. So therefore, at point P, contribution of intensity due to M1 is cancelled by contribution of intensity due to M2. But due to M3, there is some brightness that produce maximum intensity. So similarly, so what is a condition for the, so what is a condition for maximum? Path difference is equal to 3 lambda by 2. So if path difference between A and B is 3 lambda by 2, then we get maximum intensity at point P. Maximum intensity at point P. Similarly, if path difference between A and B is 5 lambda by 2, again what we are getting? Maximum intensity at point P. If path difference between A and B is 7 lambda by 2, then we are getting same maximum intensity at point P. Path difference between A and B is 9 lambda by 2. Again, we get maximum intensity at point P. So and so on. If path difference between A and B is odd number, see 3, 5, 7, 9. Odd number is what? 2n plus 1 lambda by 2. Then what we are getting? Then we get maximum intensity at point P. Maximum intensity at point P. Therefore, what is the condition for maximum? Condition for maximum. Path difference between A and B is equal to odd number 2n plus 1 lambda by 2. Take it as equation number 4. What is first equation? Path difference is equal to A sin theta. The first equation. So compare 1 and 4. Compare 1 and 4. We are getting A sin theta equal to what? 2n plus 1 lambda by 2. It's a very, very important equation for maximum. Equation number 5. Again, for small angles, what is sin theta? For small angles, sin theta equal to theta. Substitute 6 in 5. What we are getting? A theta equal to 2n plus 1 lambda by 2. So in general, what is A? Sorry, what is theta? Theta is equal to 2n plus 1 lambda by 2a. So then what is theta 1? Theta 1 is 2 into 1 plus 1 lambda by 2a. Nothing but 3 lambda by 2a. What is theta 2? 2 into 2 plus 1 lambda by 2a equal to what? 5 lambda by 2a. What is theta 3? 2 into 3 plus 1 lambda by 2a, that is 7 lambda by 2a, and so on. அப்ப என்ன அர்த்தம்? இந்த பாயிண்ட்லலாம் we are getting maximum brightness. So இப்போ கிராஃப் போடுறீங்க அப்படின்னாக்கா, if you plot the graph theta versus intensity, so central maximum எப்பவுமே பெருசா இருக்கும். இது first secondary maximum. So where the first secondary maximum formed? At theta 1. So what is the value of theta 1? It is 3 lambda by 2a. Second secondary maximum, it is 5 lambda by 2a, and so on. So first secondary maximum, second secondary maximum, third secondary maximum, the intensity keep on decreasing. So it is minus 3 lambda by 2a. It is minus 5 lambda by 2a. So it is a diffraction graph. So if you plot the graph, central maximum, always maximum intensity is the first minimum, that is lambda by a. Here also lambda by a. It is a first secondary maximum. This value is 3 lambda by 2a. Similarly, we have a first secondary maximum both sides. It is minus 3 lambda by 2a. It is second secondary maximum 5 lambda by 2a. Likewise, this side 5 lambda by 2a, and so on. In the minimum value, is lambda by a, the 2 lambda by a. One of the important question, why the intensity decreases? See the brightness. So maximum intensity. Here intensity decreases. Intensity decreases. Why it decreases? Apnaka, central maximum வந்து all the fringes are superimposed. இதுல 1/3 of slit contributes. 1/3 of ஒரு full slitல only 1/3. So only 1/3 of slit contributes intensity. Contributes intensity. இங்க என்ன ஆயிடுச்சு? Only 1/5 of slit contribute intensity. Therefore, brightness decreases. Is it clear? Thank you.